moment we are born, under a veil you are allowed to be independent, only to find out over time, sometimes by force. We are born to be a slave to the state, to never celebrate the British flag. Go fuck yourself, this is Britain. If you don't like the Brits, you know where to port yourself. You tell us all this whites about slavery while you're practicing it on us. Don't be hypocrites, you stupid cunts, 'cause we are supposed to be one race under God. We all are supposed to be God people, not just bending down to stupid royal family. I only believe in no masters above, no slave below. NPCs only get to like and dislike from what the government and television tells to do and go along with. If you don't like the Brits, you know where to put yourself. You tell us all this whites about slavery while you're practicing it on us. Don't be hypocrites, you stupid cunts, 'cause we are supposed to be one race under God. Complaining about us Brits, you ran from tyrants from your country to deal with torture and corruption. Look at yourself, bitches, stupid idiots. You don't have the right to complain about us. You are hiding our United Kingdom. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. Suppose one race God. You are here, don't let it on the dog. Delicious till death do part.
There you go. Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you, I think you can tell, I'll be showing stuff about, and for some reason, you know, it's my microphone. So, could be doing. Let me just turn this up a bit. Is that, there we go, there we go. It's now picking me up. So, but yeah, I'm going to be phoning certain authority, and I'm going to demonstrate how little power, how little they actually will do. The only two things they got at their disposal is to listen to you and and get the police to your door. That's about it, right? That's all the power they've got. I've exposed that left, right, and center, and that's the price is never one, right? And the thing is, right? They don't have any. They don't have options there to help you at all. It's pathetic. Even my cousin, who's a barrister, trained in that stuff, and she said, "Yeah, absolutely. Or support structure in which actually pathetic on so many levels." And and so when you get someone like me, right, that comes along who's been attacked by my childhood, all that and so forth, and basically you sort of like then start a show on Spreaker, you speak out a bit, things and all of that. Then you've got idiots from Rob Davis Court to attack you center, and basically you defend yourself from those corrupt idiots. And I'm going to show you something as well with a certain Gwalia picture. I've showed it before, guys. Well, and I'm doing my investigations why authorities and so attack people. Well, as many have, but I have found a lot. Got my 30 odd years. I can say 33 because that's not a number. Right? That I've been. Let me think. That's not. And so, because I've checked everything, and the thing is, well, I keep the information myself unless attacked. And because I've been attacked left, right, and center, and I should be put out there. I've been putting it out there since being attacked left, right, and center. Not one of these people that sort of like this is the reason why is because back in was it I mean when I was attacked by I personally I'm gonna build anything, but I mean but I put a website together, I put a show together, all this other stuff, and started getting out major level of 10 years or roughly about 10-15 nations beforehand. I mean, because I've gone for like multiple, but I never really till I started research and many other types of elements. So, and I've started off with this one. I'm going to give, to give the police a chance. Look at this and go, wait a minute. Yeah, this is Amazon, right? And so this would give the police a chance to go, oh, okay, I mean, this is fake and all. He's not. I'm just going to go through pictures. I could bring up videos that the police are not there in the way the public thinks. Police are only there to stop anybody from exposing any Freemasonic linkage, family, bank cartels, and so that knock at your door. Considering I've been having knocks at my door because a certain person, and I find this very funny. I'm not going to say the place, right? Five and three. got a very meaningful, point to it. And I spotted it, and that's why I showed this link between a Gwalia logo and a Freemasonic logo, because I already found out that he or linked it, or maybe just some spy. And that's why I think the 40s got a little bit twitchy levels. Gwalia, as I found out, which we'll go into later, told another tenant that the people of this location, basically, are stupid and idiotic. Therefore, because they were not speaking to me, they were speaking to somebody else, having to go at the tenants, and because I was a tenant of this, they're calling me stupid as well. Think about that. Insulting their tenants, slandering their tenants. So, let's have a look into the. First, I'm going to put out this live link as well. Because, and this is going to be very light, nothing, I mean, also nothing too very light, a bit of fun with it. So, let me just go into. But mine popped at the bottom, but no. But there you go. Back this. But take a look at the gnosis and all of that in the symbolism of the Freemason. I'm gonna dump this on a bit. Well, I've got like a bit more fun than the X. I'm done for what I found out tonight. Today. Because what's the point of? I mean, yeah, I mean, I said it a long time ago. It's like I'm not trying to be part of the system. Yet I'm being pulled in all the time, act by in the system. I'm trying to get out of the system. But I got all these knob jockeys that are attacking me, making my life hell and all of that. Yeah, I mean, either through phone calls, emails, or whatever I do. Even when I go for walks, and I've still got Masonic arseholes having a go. So, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do what I like doing best. Because I've had so many people talk about me. Let's show them me. And yes, police are a bunch of fucking murdering cunts on so many fucking levels. And we'll get into that tonight. If you really want to see what I'm really like, instead of me just doing my shows, keeping myself to myself and all of that, you're going to get it with two fucking barrels tonight, you fucking legal terrorist shit. Okay? We're going to go right there tonight. But I'm done. You know what I mean? And next year, when the social credit system things come about, I'm deleted from the system anyway. You know what I mean? And as there's been nothing by people who say, "Oh, we've got freedoms," or not, we haven't created a community side of the fucking system properly. gets deleted from the system is dead. So I can say wherever I fucking want tonight. Freely tonight. And people in permanent undersigning who go along with authorities, fucking retarded fucking terrorists towards those who are trying to stop the fucking corruption. I'm saying it tonight. Gloves are off. Because you got your conveniences and all of that and so forth and all of that, and you don't see what's coming. You're thinking you're better than everybody. No, you're just ignorant people. But anyway, same as a lot of police who puts on a piece of paper saying, "Oh, this person's nuts up," because you lot in the police who don't even research into it. And I mean, there's one or two that do research, but the majority of you who are ignorant to what's really fucking going on because you just obey your fucking masters in government and the fucking royal family, and you let innocent people be killed off. How dare you talk to the people that actually knows what's fucking going on? But anyway, here we go. This picture has been on the internet for a good few years now. I found it about 6 years ago. A little bit more, but I have used it in a couple of my intros as well and elsewhere. But anyway, time flies. You know what I mean? And something's just like, I didn't put this picture together. You can find this on Google. Type in police free make pops up. So, and as like somebody pointed out as well with the badge thing, and I spotted this as well. Many people have pointed this out in the research when it comes to free police. But the badges, right over where your third eye is, and this is mocking those in the police who lack awareness and lack consciousness of what's really going on and all that. I mean, people like me and that have been trying to wake people up in the police. You know what I mean? As recently, December, when I talked to a lot of police over a 30-hour period one night. I mean, I was there for like, and I was speaking to them a lot of things. Some didn't get what I was on about, but some did. The ones that knew I was on about and they asked me certain questions, and I won't have to repeat again because I said in previous. But when you've got a majority of people that haven't got a clue, yet they sort of like consenting radical agendas, then that's pushing me and many other people out on having a chance to build any. But then basically, it's not myself and others that are the problem. It's those that are going on tyranny that is the fucking problem. Yeah, I mean, and it's like a video I was listening earlier today, where they were talking about a lot of the parents are leaving a worse off future for children because they're not standing up or looking. Percentage of parents that are looking into it, but the majority of parents ain't. Then, but those parents that don't look into things are normally ones that are like, well, I'm a parent, you're not. What do you? Well, it's funny how a lot of us know what's coming down the road to harm your fucking children. Well, we are putting our necks on the fucking line and getting stabbed left, right, and centre, and police. For your fucking children to live in ignorance. You're a fucking thick parent. Watches East Enders and Coronation Street and stuff, and watch football and all of that. But we just cope in the hard times. Who's creating those fucking? You for one, fuckers that got on the screen. Sorry, not just the police, but those who are part of the masonry. Sorry is some of the good people in, but yeah, good job I corrected that. those who are part of the Masonic orders and stuff like that, which is many different levels and many different groups attached to it, as long with and also the black noble. So here's something I found as well. This one I found very interesting. You get the similar badge that you get with the, it's got like a triangle. I'll find out. Triangle. Is it to do with the capstone in Egypt and all that? I mean, because the pyramid out there that hasn't had the capstone taken away. Symbolism to that, plus also could mean with the many other things as well. I find that very, very interesting. This thing below could represent the phoenix. Yeah, I mean the eagle or whatever that we've seen on many, many flags, and also seen it represented in films as well. Which makes so I do very, very. The thing is, the reason why I'm not talking. Well, then again, I need to get like a little arrow going. Something. 2 seconds. Create a little arrow. There's a I'll just create something quick for now. But yeah, there's a black type creature with a sword as well. So I wonder could that be could that be? But anyway, we'll find out in a minute. I've done this very quickly. A very bad arrow. I should have done this before live stream, but anyway. Let's go to the pages. Because one thing I've noticed, I keep forgetting but the transparent option. Fancy. So I'll quickly export it, and then I can point it. And we'll put. I mean, just so I know where. So, I mean now with the arrow I've just created. It looks like it's got like a sword. Then again, it could be carrying a scepter, like power and stuff like that. My God. Yep. This thing, yeah. All up for this. Yep. Got it. That's got like a little sword or scepter. And to me, it does look like a does. And what about the triangle thing? And in here, let's carry on, shall we? But yeah, guys, this is was a thing. Mason, quite a few searches, as well as housing league. other stuff. Anyway, and let me go down to the. Oop, we don't want to do this one just yet. I haven't done hardly any judges and lawyers right now, but I will show you that pic. But yeah, so we'll move on. Here's another one. What's the deal Freemasonry? You know, okay, you get the Freemasonry here. Just showing you not got it in. This one I had fun with. Trying because it wouldn't allow me to grab it. Wouldn't allow me to grab it properly, so I did next best thing. Ah, I put it into. And the article says, yeah, Freemasons seek injunction policy requiring officers to membership because Freemasons are like having to keep hush hush between. Yeah, I mean, get your feet. And this article, I mean, the thing is, they tell us all the time, it's just how the public reacts. If the public does nothing, and that's the public giving consent. I mean, I'm surprised people are still sort of like, letting themselves honest. Me, when I found out it was slavery going by day in the UK, and plus then speaking of, they pointed out the very same. Yeah, I was a little bit annoyed, but I wasn't shocked. Especially the way people react to things. You know? But anyway, so when it says here, Freemasons have demanded emergency injunction from the High Court to halt the Metropolitan Police new policy that orders officers to tell their bosses if they are members of the organization. The Freemasons filed paper in London on Christmas Eve claim the Met Police amounts to religious discrimination. Are they trying to say the Free are a organization? What type of religious group are they then? And who do they worship is the next question. And as that's already been answered by a lot of us researchers, I mean, when we look at in the logo, and people are saying it represents gnosis as well as many other things. A couple of other things on top. But when you start going through and you start going up to the levels, and they worship, by all accounts, Baal and Moloch, also Satan. I mean, then that makes you think, what are they really doing, worshipping something that's supposed to represent evil? dastardly thing. At the same time, they're supposed to be going out there through their job, arresting criminals, but yet they're part of a criminal order themselves on many levels. And again, one way you could look at the police, no difference from where you have like a mafia gang war type thing. So it's like police are really saying, well, you can't do that. I mean, we want the biggest slice of this mafia this gang war, because we, the police, are a gang ourselves doing very despicable things, and the other gang members are actually Parliament and the Royals. Another way of looking at it. I mean, when you want to simplify it for people. So yeah, so I was like, I mean, this is one of the articles I found and all that, and it says here the force says a survey of its officers and staff shows that 2/3 backed the restriction because it affects public perception of the police impartiality. No, what affects the public's viewpoint and all. And someone like myself and other people that I've been abused by the police, poked fun, we've been poked fun of by the police. Oh, I mean, and the lovely lady I'm speaking of, you know who you are. You've had your birthday this week, and many others. I mean, it's the trauma the police give victims because of the brutality and also the beat people. I mean, behind the scenes, without the public, absolutely disgraceful on so many levels by the majority of the police. Not all. I mean, there are one or two good eggs, not many, unfortunately. But I mean, I've given praises. I mean, to those that do, and it's idiotic, arrogant, egotistic, and high cognitive. I tell them off, as many have come to know with me. That I praise those when they need praising, but those parcels, I tell them off. Don't need a courtroom. I join. I've got my own way of, I mean, putting information together. I'm probably the one critical being that ever come across stuff like geoengineering or fracking or I mean the nanotechnologies that are out there or the 6G stuff that's linked with technology, which can also enter your mind. You have a very mindset of going out and debunk it. What's ever left, what you're left with, that's normally but you have people in the and the mental health and housing association, slightly Chinese, was I? Yeah, housing association, and you have people around you that don't bother looking at deep. They just YouTube or what they hear on the media or listen to controlled opposition debates on the mainstream media, right? And exposing the crimes of the establishment and all don't get a fair time, or they're mocked and so forth on the TV. That's why a lot of people don't go on the mainstream. They would rather than in a hole. Yeah. That way, yeah, I mean, people can turn up and they can listen to both sides properly without any of this like, the live feed's gone off bullshit and all. There's a lot of same as now some of the alternative lot I've started doing. If they don't like what's being said in front of them, they just turn the feed off or just say, right, time's up, we're moving on. Same as a lot doing. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, shall we? I bet you the police probably think I'm one of these people who watches Alex Jones every week. No, I'm not. That guy's controlled as well. But there you go. You got Met Police must reveal membership. Yeah. So think about it. Somebody like me who exposes masonry and all that, and I mean, I've done research into lawyers and judges, that's, and I know which ones are Freemasons and all that within Swansea Court, as well as the other court. Somebody like me can't take a risk on, you know, we go in there, sort of like speak our piece. Not going to be. It's going to be just thrown out, and they're going to do the best they can to silence the only way you have any chance of justice is get out from the court, and the only thing we can do, everybody that's a lawyer, that's everybody that's, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Make sure we capture the Freemason. But yeah, so that's the I think that's the last slide on. Oh, I forgot about this. There you go, guys. Like I said, yeah. I mean, I know it's AI, but I also check it out as well. As you can see, it says as of late, the 2025 Metropolitan Police require officers and staff to declare membership of the free. You know, in one of the articles. Well, so and don't forget there was another newspaper article a few years back, and saying that the Freemasons will be, in the police forces for already 50 years. Declared it public. That they found some of the AIs already issue of Freemasonry has been attained in approximately 50 years. Throughout this time, there has been disquiet regard create conflicts of interest, influence from hamper in. Oh, I know about that. Where they've hampered investigation and let people off that tried to commit attempted murder. Yeah, as long as it silenced the person that's looking at the Masons and what they're really doing. So if it stops the person, or in other words, kill them, they will allow certain people to kill that person, as long as it suits Masonic order. And that's why I've gone through hell, because they started on me first, and I've been looking in the thing to see what the fuck's going on. And the police and the courts not but have allowed. I mean, because it's interesting. Um, Before Gwalia got changed into Obel, right? A certain person, and I'm not going to say the place because otherwise, but number 55, and that person there, and Gwalia, basically got together and tried to screw me over, despite person 55 was using my walkie-talkies. Oh yeah, my walkie-talkies. And because I already suspected something, as Gwalia was leaving 55, and they were just in like 5 meters away from me, I jumped onto the walkie-talkie. Not literally jump on, press the button. Radioed number 55, and I said to him, "Oh, by the way, they are now just leaving. They're almost gone, and you should have seen, Gwalia staff quickly heads turn around to me. It was like, oh, we talking away, and it's like, oh, Paul doesn't know what's going on. Next minute, that's my way of saying to them, I know what's going on. You guys are getting ready to screw me over, and they did screw me over. That's why I pulled away from number 55. About 6 months before him and his little rats all conspired. And one thing I find funny, right, on October 2017, same time as 55 was at my property, around about the same time, there was a police officer across the street. I mean, across from 60. I Across an officer walking past 60, and one of the other people, I'm not going to say their names, one of the attackers was walking past 61 as well with a dog, and so all, colluded together, coerced, as well as many other things. And what the funny thing is, I've got the evidence. That's the beauty of it all. I've actually got the evidence. I've got the picture of the officer. I've got the picture and the video of the person walking a dog that day and looking into my face and all of it. There's multiple around that time, as well as other correspondence where number 55 wanted to use my email, this, that, and everything, make it look like it's me. That is coercion. That is against the law. Because I didn't want to go along with it, and other things as well. We've got dictaphones, we've got audios, we've got so much stuff. Because they are trying hard, not for me. I walked through and spoke my piece. There'd be people who work at Gwalia losing their jobs. There'd be people in the police that would be losing their jobs. There'd be people in the courts that would be losing their flipping jobs. But I've still got the picture of the judge, well, actually, two judges that, that screwed me over. And I've looked into them as well, and they seem to have a history of screwing people over. Knows what's going. and they seem to be very heavily linked with free. Funny that I'm one of these people that's looking behind the curtains, and that who ends up getting screwed over. And on top of that, there was the common purpose reports as well, and where many people were linked to. Yeah, I mean, if you go to the cpexposed.com and all that, you see a lot of people in South Wales, police and other things, are linked to something called the program as well as something else. You know what I mean? And don't worry, it's somebody that I know that is loyal. Well, not everybody that's also. One of the people I saw in that lady that I danced under. You know what I mean, she owned a company to dance, and there's a lot of names on, but on there, CP Expose. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like a chief inspector under the common purpose. I was looking for years of because I keep it all locked up in here, and by me staying away from certain people, having the stress and all that and so forth, my mind's becoming sharp again, very sharp. That's not what I want. This They say in a Provincial Grand Lodge of East Lancashire, that'll be in 50. Oh, that's what I was on because a lot are going through that. There's a feel that fight a lot harder than what it was back in 2014. Oh, let me show you something as well of this. Let me just grab the image of this. You know, since about Windows 11, and it's given me. Oh, I have been probably grabbing things. There you go. Hold on a minute. Ah, right. I've got a browser. Great one. Call this. Window capture. Um, Oh, that thing. Essential cook. Oh, is he still getting his spyware? That's the same shit, isn't it? God damn it. Essential or non-essential? The question that I'm going to phone asking really put 'em right on the spot massively. Because make them earn their money. Part of the system that pushes people over the edge and stuff like that. Then somebody who knows the system inside out. Reverse that. Where's the arrow? That one. Probably did. Right. Let's have a look at this article. This article's got me intrigued. Like it says here, it says there are 175,000 free. How much power do they hold? Group. This is like published 7th of October. So it's not like years ago. It's quite recent back. And thing is as well, right? You ever see somebody that word or conspiracy theories that are trying to not to look into it? They're trying to get people not to think for them. That's why they feel that word. Because when you think of what's the one thing that comes to your mind, or whatever action does it normally get people to do? They're not fast, are they? But if somebody said it's actually going on, and and you, and they talk about how it could harm you, then that might get you from it, or you might have so forth. You know what I mean, and figures as well. I don't see it like that, though. I like to handle it, but because there's a lot being rolled out and being put in place fucking quick right so many dangers out there from genders like that Z gender 2030, 25 and 20 other stuff as well. I mean, and with the 6G technologies, by these people then going fight the arm from the agendas coming, they absolutely haven't got your person who's got bad thinking, not anyone else. Like it says here, it's a well-known fact in the police says Gary Rogers that Masonic influence is rife in criminal investigation departments. Oh, don't I know that? It's so widespread, claims the former Greater Manchester Police undercover officer. It's so tight, is the brotherhood. My career was cut off because I wasn't a member of the club. I have noticed that as well. There's I can't say his name, but there's one officer I know who knows I have been screwed over by the Mason Swansea and stuff, and his career not getting anywhere because he's not part of the club. That's why I always say there's some and others that. Well, I know it's a percentage game. Well, there's some that ain't, some that are. You know what I mean? You gotta be pretty stupid if you thought everybody wasn't. You would have to be a retard. Anyway, uh, anyway, and he says your investigation department is so widespread. The claims of former Great Manchester Police undercover officer is so tight. Brotherhood, being that again on purpose. It's so tight. Is the brotherhood? My career was cut off because I wasn't a member of the club. Having left the force in 2005, he now talks on the subject because he says, I need to get the story out. Tell people what happened. Rogers has claimed that officers he believed to be Freemasons tried to derail his career after wrongly suspecting him of whistleblowing on an allegedly corrupt colleague 3 decades ago, and that they attempted to prevent him from receiving a medal for bravery as a. I can relate to that. You know what I mean, he probably did something, stopped a certain criminal and all of that, and because he didn't, I mean, his officer's fault. He was. Where have I seen that then before? Somebody stops a criminal and they get. Oh yeah, me. I stopped the criminal from killing me and stopped the guy from killing my neighbor. Ah, at least when I do naturally die, I've got a clean conscience. Unlike those in the fucking legal system. Anyway, it says here. It goes on to say here. Such suspicions of opaque influence have long hung over the centuries-old fraternity with its special handshakes and regalia. And I've seen that as well, guys. You watch the news when politicians shake. Why do they always need to shake hands when they have met each other over and over again? I mean, it's not out of politeness. Sometimes like overreach back and do overreaches. I've seen a lot do. Normally, you shake hands. I mean, I'm not saying both hands like that, but these ended, and and you can tell who's who very easily. Because when I visit family and friends, I don't. Sometimes I do, all the time. Anyway, it says here. Um, was it? We went from with a special handshake, regalia, its rituals and titles, and its oath of loyalty to fellow members, and to its set of principles and impressions persist that members secretly help each other out, and that the group somehow pulls the string behind the scenes, not only in the police but across society. Some have even so far as speculate that it wields political, judicial, and financial power across the globe, but also. Yeah, I mean, they do give you symbols, and I remember leaving my ladder, person who eventually attacked me because anybody knows Freemason know that they heavy link. And if you look at the symbolism ladder, that was my way of saying to that person, I know who you are. And I'd left that ladder with quite the. Oh, excuse me, Paul. You left your ladder here? I'm like, yep, I know. You don't have to tell me. I know I left my ladder with you. You know what I mean? And I was with my mate that day, Brian. Well, talk. You know what I mean? And this other person came out and was like, "Hey, if I got your ladder, yeah." Burn me. I do stuff like that, guys. I know who you are and so forth. I mean, that must be the biggest flipping clue. I probably left him, and he never worked it out. That's the funny thing. The way he was going around bragging and that and so, and he was going around right, passing off info. Told him about saying that he worked for it. Yeah, I mean, if anybody tested him now, right? I've done tons of research, right? And I bet I don't know. A lot of information going to. Can you expand on it now? Probably go. If they ask me, I've expanded upon that information. There's a difference. And the thing is, well, he went around lying about me as well. Yeah, I mean, he's saying I'm anti-government. Wrong. Any police watching right now? I bet a lot of them just probably fell on the floor and gone, "Wait, not anti-government." But then he's speaking out against Parliament right now. Yeah, that's against Parliament. That's not the government that we've got in here. I explained it. A psychiatrist and even psychiatrists were like that way of it. Because I said to the psychiatrist, once you understand the true meaning of the word, it's government, break it down to it. It breaks right down mind or don't control your own mind. You're not master of your sort of thing. And because the police put down or he and I psychiatrist asked me a question about I laughed. So therefore, anybody is out against Parliament, and we can even have a look at the word Parliament. I mean, one way I look at Parliament instead of the meaning they give it, how they throw up words and they throw out the usual meaning. And I mean, look at the word Parliament or equalize to the mind. One way of looking at it. But look at it properly. What is a par, especially golf? I mean, if it's a par four and it's taking you four, haven't gone above or below that. You've So you can Parliament are equal what? Lie. Politicians lie all the time, and so I mean, are they trying to say to that equal lies to the mind of the public? Also, you got the word LIA as well in the word Parliament, and we can look at the word Leah as whoops. We won't use Bing. Hell no. We will not use Bing. There you go. Leah is primarily a feminine given name of he and origin often. Let's take it level. Leah is like touch risk assessment conducted by organizations to determine whether they can lawfully process personal data based on legal interest. Oh, let's do. I love doing something, building it up. Like I said, guys, to lie. You guys notice that? You guys notice that? Might be a legal dictionary to lie. That which is proper is fit as an action, or the case lies for an intimated about force, couple, headaments lie in. But also, if legal can also be lie one way, but also lie as as well. So there you go, guys. I mean, so we come to you to lie that was proper. Couple, all this stuff here. And yeah, so next time you look at Parliament, and let me type it out as well. Parliament. And this is the normal dictionary. In the UK, the highest sovereign House of. When you think about it, that's not describing what Parliament is. That's like saying, oh yeah, by the way, it has this consistent sovereigns, House of Lords. That's not. It's almost saying it gives you the action for inside of Parliament. But what is a Parliament really? You know what I mean? I don't mind these. I mean, because don't get me wrong, right? This type of meaning is pretty good for them, right? Overall, when you want to sort of like get down to the nitty gritty of it all, yeah, that is a sort of excuse for a meaning. That right there. So let's pop down to Cambridge and see what they got. And it says here, in some countries, a group of usually elected politicians piss off the we care about your privacy thing. Let's give it that. Anyway, so it says here, in some countries, what the fuck's going on here? Start reading it, and I think shoots down. You notice that, guys? Anyway, Some countries, a group of usually elected politicians or other people who make the laws for the country. But yet again, it's not really describing parliament. It's describing people within the parliament, but not parliament itself. I mean, so what it should be saying, I think that because you got meant there for minds, you got par. Well, yeah. What parliament should be is the place where equal minds meet up to lie to the public on a daily to basis. No, sorry, daily, weekly, monthly, and also an annual basis, and where legislations are done, and they, I mean, and so on and so on, sort of thing. That would then probably give a proper description of what Parliament is. In other words, lying to the public to steal money through taxes. But anyway, let's move on. But anyway, let's take away the browser. We'll take away the police thing now. You do housing before this one? Yeah, let's do the housing one. This is my favorite one, actually. I gotta be honest, this is my favorite one. Right there, guys. I mean, you look at the pobble right there. I call those the columns because you got I'm going down and I come around as well. But if I add up, I mean, count the lines. I mean, I'll do it with you guys, okay? Right, you guys should have counted that pobble word there. Maybe what, 18 lines? Right. And they've done the O and the L on its own, and then you've got the P and anybody else. Yeah, I mean, to me and normal masses, that's just people in Welsh, right? But as I know that the housing groups and police, mental health centres, all linked to Freemasonry and so forth. Once you know what's going on. Shame I haven't got all my image. That's actually instant. But I used to then slide the L over the and you would get 666 that way. But the one I like doing is basically dividing by 3. You've added up the 18, but 6s go into. This is what you gotta look for with these people when they designing and all of that. I mean, it looks so simple. Then you start looking at and you spot it a mile off. I mean, and I ripped this logo apart, guys. Funny thing, right? I mean, you see up the top there with the gnosis and similar to the done in a housing way. But let's move on. Let me show you the next thing. But I mean, I need to. Guys, trying something for me, guys. Just trying something. There you go. You guys hate that, you know? There you go. The only reason why I'm at time because I can't read it. Right here, okay, so small. There you go. It says here, right? Pobble Group was created by merger of Seren Group and Group Gwalia on April the 1st, 2016. As a new single group, we have the capability to create more affordable homes and more. The thing is, right, before they announced it to people that they were this Pobble Group with Sam and all that, I already exposed them. Yeah, right. And the reason why it's so funny, because I know one of the police officers that don't like Gwalia, right? And she laughed when in front of a Gwalia staff. Well, it was the Gwalia staff was mocking me, and Gwalia staff was like, oh, we know the people that were banging your windows and throwing stones and all that sort of stuff, right? Because we caught them over Tesco's and stuff like that. And I said to him, like, can you? They're like, no. Oh, so you're basically willing to let people harass me and all so forth, but causing well, trauma. Interesting. But what was so funny, they went off then to say in front of me, oh, by the way, we've created a new group, Horrible. I went, yeah, I know. They're like, huh? Said, seen on the wall out there when I've actually put your logo and all that ready on the poster. And I've also put the phone numbers and I've contact and it. Have you done your work for you? And the female police officer, oh, she was laughing. So, as a Gwalia person left in a huff and all of that, the officer slowly walked past me and looked down at me and just smiled and just trust you and walked off. I had already exposed. You know what I mean, so while they were going, we formed this on the foot. I already looked into Darren with his smart technology and everything, and knowing that Gwalia and that I already put out the cost, this, that, and everything. And that's not me. I mean, on a high level, that's me. That was just me one day. What can I know. Let's fire up to. I just went type the field. Next week, I'm like, hello. I mean, and the thing is, I've gone into the back catalog of Goalia as well as there are things like the Kamogwife and other stuff. And I've looked into the abroad finances, that they've got in other countries, and I looked into the money laundering side of things, other things that people were telling me about, and I was like, okay, let me have a look at it. Let me have a look into. And I remember one of the staff that works for Gwalia, they were leaving the company. They told me, "Oh, Gwalia's got a lot of money, and they've got their hands in quite a lot of things." I mean, and I said, "Yeah, I know." And oh, so you're looking into it? I went, "Yeah, I'm actually looking at it." Oh, what you should do is look into areas as well. So I did. I started looking Gwalia when it came to health and other things, right? And hello, sent me. And the thing is, as well, while you are in a lot of things that the public does quite a lot, and but the thing is, it's like a house of cards ready to be pulled because it's not done on honesty or truth. Thing it's actually done on a level of shadiness and silencing people that knows what goes on. Thing is, I'm primary evidence of that. Yeah, where housing authority police or wherever tries to silence somebody knowing a lot more than the public know. That's what makes danger in their eyes. But me and many others have got a simple say. You're not up to, you know what I mean, on trying to save the public and kill off the public for knowing what's really going on, then you got nothing to worry about. In simple. My favorite one is, yeah, I mean, don't let the mirror reflect what you. That is my favorite. Reason why? Because my nickname. That's what some people call me. Because it goes with an old saying I used to have. You leave me alone, I will not look into you. Fortunately, the authorities couldn't leave me alone. Have a nice little childhood up and go into a. Instead, they fucked that childhood up, and I started looking into. So yeah. So let's continue. You always know quality. We go, wait, what? Get rid of this. Control. Ah, yeah. You already get the. You know what I mean, your eyes feel even more. There you go. And this is what I. Well, and did this, and then I did. And you probably noticed I make sure the link is in as well. You know what I mean? Because we know what the people in the police and the courts, all of that, are like. You know what I mean? Especially with AI stuff as well. Yeah. So I made sure I got the link in. People can just type in that link if they want, and they'll pull that up. So this is the Masonic Housing Association. Yeah, how many people know about the Masonic Housing Association? Anyway, this is me looking. I mean, I think you guys probably can tell as well. The reason I was looking in to see if there was something called the Masonic Housing Association is because when you look at the Qualia logo and the way it gives off a Freemasonic symbolism, interesting how Qualia gives. They say, "Oh, we're not." They give deeper and deeper past the. But anyway, yeah, I thought no, golf. Anyway, And then I came across this, the Masonic mental health thing. Thing is, as well, what you've got to and all that. Why have we got something that's a Masonic mental health and a if we're all supposed to be the same and all of that, just members of the public or wherever, shouldn't it just be mental health, not Masonic mental health? You know what I mean? Shouldn't it be as one? I mean, they preach enough, through their politicians and all of that. We're all in this together, you know what I mean? Build back better and all of that sort of thing. And yet they have a separation like public and this one for us. That's why you see doing the scamdemic with Queen where she's standing next to them, and you see on the nurse's belt a Freemason symbol on the belt. That's their way of saying that I've got the shit version of mental health and medical care and all of that. Well, us lot, we've got the Masonic side of things far better than what peasants of filth, virus, disease. I mean, I might call that up actually. I might call that up now for those that haven't seen it. I've actually got that picture on a hard drive of mine up in storage. Queen and the Sonic Nurse belt. No, nurse is not a belt. Belt buckle. That's called my browser. There you go, guys. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, I could put like multiple angles. I'll leave you guys think what you see. I mean, and this has been torn apart left, right, and center. The one thing I have noticed, though, I don't see anybody talking about what's on the on her thing. The brooch, the brooch they wear and all of that. And the thing is as well, I mean, it's the dynamic as well. And the Queen knows. The Queen knows she's. I mean, she's not like this. Like the she's a sweet little thing and all that. Life. She went a lot of the Messiah, heck of a lot. Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, dynamic of the red and have a look at your veins and also because blue, and when the blood has oxygen, sort of thing, it's red to. And so yeah, I mean, they're always doing this like left and right, all this programming, oh no, like red for late, and all that, and they're always programming. But by Travis Norman, he puts it here. I meant to post this a while back, but haven't had the chance. It is considerably old news by now. However, I thought that some still might find it interesting. In early March 2013, Queen Elizabeth, as I call her, Betty, I'll call her Betty for now, right? was photographed leaving a hospital. The nurse by her side was wearing a belt buckle, bearing a square and compass. The photo caused conspiracy theorists launch while speculating what the buckle. However, there is a simple explanation. There always is there, but I think I know where he's going with. The Library and Museum of the United Grand Lodge of England has this image of the buckle posted on their website. And can't make this shit up, guys. And the website we are going to is the Freemasonry in London Museum, and I've actually got that as one of the links. I think it's on Dead UK. If that female officer, but then again, she might have retired. Imagine she's watching this. Him and his research. And this is the mini research table side thing. So don't expect 600 links like for one topic like you got on boywheels.com when that was going, before it got pulled. But anyway, here's sync. So we'll go into sync, and I think I have. There you go, Museum of Freemasons. anyway, so let's go. Oh, they don't want us to have a look. Still there though, because I know. There you go. Oh, it's not letting us have a look, is it? Naughty, naughty. Check. Have a bro. Haven't pulled. Imagine how people have gone to that and they've suddenly seen a rising trap. Hold on a minute. It's not because of people like me and all of that that's exposing all of this, and they've had to pull the website. Oh, it's family history. Oh yeah, I haven't got pulled then. And the funny thing is, I did expose that well. Oh fuck. Anyway, yeah. So you got like this one. If your relative was a Freemason, chances are there's a record of their Masonic life waiting to be covered. First step is to find the registered. To do this, you can either visit the museum and use ancestry.co.uk. Really? Yeah, I've exposed that as well. Ancestry. Don't ask. Or pay for our team to search the archives for you. Records date back. I mean, don't ask doing it. Cover it. But yeah, the ancestry things, guys. It's good to know. But the thing is, if our family kept records of the family line, then we stuff like the okay. But the thing is, people do, then the record keeping fell into how families do. Think about that. There's a reason why. Yeah, I mean, the establishment took over. keep it. Then they created the with certificates. Anyway, hello. Uh, uh, this is my mate. Anyway, so we'll go further now. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, as you can see, guys, it's this is why job of it. They got mental health and I mean, and that's why I'm very cautious of certain things because if I was mentally ill and all that, I would have been able to get away with some head, because I'm in a very and prove evidence. I mean, then I don't get to, right. They've tried by throwing me down Danak and all and try to thing, but very quickly as I um but yeah, I mean oh yeah, I just thinking of that mental health image right data collection biometric also I've looked in well then again because the idea I'd use I have to look I mean how to transfer to then work out certain calculations. But anyway, and looking at that imagery right there, and we can see the set square. But yeah, that looks that image does look you could say data mining, like gaslighting people, like the same a digital bit uh, traffic. Then and we know, yeah, I mean, and another thing as well, we see that we've seen, I mean, particles and stuff like that, information floating across in many different things, like in Star Trek, where they sort of like explain about the transporters, where they say they break down your bioelectric or the biology of the body and stuff into tiny little particles, and then transport it from one place to the other, rebuild you back, so forth. That's what that's reminding me of, and also the teleporting light from one part of the room to the other, which is what scientists made that many years ago. Yeah, I mean I mean, take the structure of it and then whack it across the other side of the room. I think they were trying it with, but that's what it basically is. But I remember it. they basically what happened is they break down one version of you, copy of you, transported elsewhere, and then the ethical question was basically then, are you still you after being? Think about that. I mean, and what we got to think about as well, it isn't just a biological meat suit being transported from one place to the other. Transporter really is got to capture consciousness, spirit, and all of that make you you. But therefore, we need to look into like breaking down the atomical body structure and all of that down to little particles. Are they really then copying your personality, or will your personality be getting behind when they transport? They do the copy version of you. Yeah, I mean, if we do ever have that technology public use, who knows? That but that was a sort of flavor when I spoke with other people about that, call and so forth, the science community and many others. I mean, we had a nice little debate over it. But anyway, but that picture does remind me of that, isn't it? That picture reminds you of that. And the thing is, as well, with this line going across like this, I've seen this done in so many things. Yeah, some people may say, it's just breaking between a headline and graphic. But also, I've seen this done in Saturnalia logos as well to reference, Saturn and so forth. I mean, but yeah, by you guys does a particular. I mean, and the thing is as well, to explain it to the masses as well. I mean, one would say, have you ever watched the Willy Wonka film? Yes. Do you remember that scene with Mike? Yep. And then they'd be like, yeah, simplified it for you. Yeah, I mean, it'd be that sort of thing. I mean, that's the version you give to the masses. Have you seen? Right, and then just explain a little bit then while they hold that. Anyway, let's do the next one, shall we? Oh, yeah, I took two guys. I took that one 'cause I did one like this, much bigger and stuff like that, and then this one shows the website up. There you go, guys. Decarbonization strategy 2020 to 2000. I think this is one of the reasons why Pobble, Gwalia, the police, Swansea Council, and all of them wanted me out of the picture. Because I've always been looking into net zero. And they couldn't have me, I mean, speaking to other people what's really going on. Because anybody who knows about the net zero stuff knows it's linked with, well, murdering people. And I remember, I've mentioned a few times now, not tonight, but in other platforms and probably a few times on here in the past about I got wind of a person called Jeff Bacon, who's a counsellor that's going into that's supposed to be doing the net zero stuff for Swansea Council and all. And I've watched a couple of the meetings as well, and I've grabbed oh, and and because I've looked into it and I thought, phone up Bacon, and I left a message and all that. I said, if you ever want to know more about net thing with the arrogance of the council, you don't have a title, lady name. They don't want to know. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, person that's got that knowledge more than somebody else, and whether they got a title or not, you listen. And the thing is, as well, we can look in the Bible and anything as well. And when Christ came down and so forth, people didn't know who he is and all of that. And so, I mean, he had no titles like PhD or MD, any of that bullshit, right? He just came down, did things in allegories because he knew a lot of people were stupid still to get what he preached if he did it directly, spoke in a direct language. And he knew people later on as well would allegories later on as well. And the thing is, when you got the churches and establishment and all that saying, "Oh, you gotta go through us," somebody like Christ, a major threat to the institutions and all that and so forth, because he basically he walked the walk and all that, and that the authority establishment and all that is actually not the way. I mean, he even says as well that I'm going to put it in my words, okay? That that he's the way and all that, and he basically hints God that a lot of you have been following isn't the true God and all of that. I mean, actually says it. Actually says it, but and he laughs at the disciples, some of the disciples who doesn't get what he actually means. But anyway, because we are supposed to be enlightened, we're supposed to become of a higher mindset of enlightenment. Because you got some people, they are like just waiting, all that. But if you just wait, evils are going to be done to you. Waiting, and it. Why I've spent years, I mean, finding things out for myself because I want to know. And I got the very. That's why when I speak to councils and authorities and all that, because I've done the legwork, I've checked in, but I've listened to the conferences of those who want harm to us. I'm not about Swansea Council. I mean, I'm on about another group that basically are using the climate change and the carbonization strategies and more as a way to create open prisons. I mean, and that's why they are rolling out 6G to create and digital barriers. So if your car, your fossil fuel car will be replaced for what they want, because they need your car to have stuff on a much higher level technology when they shoot well, your car goes across. barrier. You have said things or whatever, and it's in your online social profile that you've done that, and you haven't got enough social digital points to go from one zone to another. In other words, it'd be like people in my neck of the woods, right? They want to go from Penrell to Tynan. If you haven't got enough digital points because you're smoking, drinking alcohol, gossiping, you're lying about people, so and so, as well as those that are in your digital score down, and then Penrell to Tynan, Penrell. You know what I mean? And let's say you think, okay, I just go then on because you'll be stuck in that radius of Penrell. So you'll only be allowed to walk about Penrell, and if your social score allows you to walk around in Penrell zone. See the picture? Zero nonsense, net zero, and the 15 about the environment, you and me. I mean, I get it. I mean, I know this information inside out. I mean, it's the same as what you call it. Say, yeah, I mean, you're walking down the street and so forth, and I know a lot of people around me that hate them, and I know a lot of people that don't like me, a lot of people that like them, a lot of people that like me. So if you go and past people that like you, your social score may go up. If you've got people that hate you, they could push your social score down. So are you willing to take that risk on letting in the social credit system? Because let's say you've got a holiday coming up, and that holiday is linked, let's say, a wedding coming up within the family, right? But because your social score is so low, you will not be able to get there. You restricted. And the reason why I'm showing the Pobble Zero is there'd be people in my area of Swansea and all that, and so they'd be like, "Oh no, how is it not going on?" Nah, you gotta show the doc. Why is it just 2030? Because 2030 isn't really about the year. They want to get done by 20 sooner if possible. But it's basically their way of telling all the little, yeah, I mean, agents. I mean, this is the agenda that we're doing, and it would be nice if we could get this done by 20. In Wales, there's actually, let me have a look. Despite popular it is in Wales. Oh, hello. Okay, there's one as well. That was out last year, but this isn't the one. Not the one. Oh, but I will read it this later. It's called, as you guys can see on screen, People and Culture Strategy of 2025 and 2028. When you read that, What comes to your mind? I'm not going to say anything just yet, guys. I mean, think about this one. What comes to your mind? People and culture strategy. What is strategy? End of the day. Have a look. What the contents. Got the usual to begin with under the welcome section. Introduction from the chief executive and clerk of the Senate. Basically, instead of actually putting the person's name, introduction from say David Evans and Erica James, let's say, they put the legal fiction names in. Introduction from the chief executive and clerk of the Senate. Uh, were they scared in case people don't know who they are? Get the usual thing again, like about the organization values, and then it goes into our vision, what we need the strategy for. Oh, I know, but let's see if it up. Our draft people and culture vision, identifying our priorities, housing. Sorry, horizon scan. I got housing the brain for a minute. Right, horizon scanning the future context and our strategy. Our people and culture objectives. Our people. That sounds like a divide thing. Got our people, you. Yeah, I mean that sounds like very. Our people and culture objectives. So you got our six strategic priorities. One, evolve. Two, optimize. Three, collaborate. Four, value. That'd be interesting in the value thing. Five, thrive. I think six, belong. Belong to what? You know what I mean? And it's called our one team. One team. Like that. We've got the UN, it was known as one. Oh, instead there's people that means United Nations. Also, they don't put things out to have a singular meaning. I've been seeing that come up a lot of times, like one banking, one religion, this one. When it comes to the political side thing and all of that, the establishment, with a little masonry. Yeah, you've got to cover all bases. You can't just be ignorant, cognitive. Yeah, I mean, you have a look at that from one of the angles instead of just being, oh no, they're not doing that, or they are doing that. I mean, they look like doing those two extremes. Actually, put it to one side for a little bit, comes up. Okay, that coming. That's interesting. The way they've done this. Yeah, actually looking eye on people. I'm gonna grab that logo. I'm gonna grab this picture of her. That is save this as well. But according to this, we'll have a quick read this now. It says introduction for the chief executive and clerk of that's a title. To hold her to account, we need a proper name. You know what I mean? And they don't give it big here. Let's see if they give it later on. So in 2026, we'll step change. Interesting. In the history of our Senate as it expands from 60 members to. Okay. Commission's talented with responsible at this, that, and so. These are the roles of the people. I mean, this is what our institution is going to be. I mean, the bullshit like, oh, we're going to be pioneers and all that. Want the nitty gritty stuff. Pioneers of what? Our people and culture strategy will support us. Navigate. I'm not reading this as politician, as in politician and the like we've seen in the third sector, all that sort of anyway, and a lot more. I mean, like you also see on the World Economic Forum, all the different, including it. Anyway, so let's look here. Primary services for larger CNF function effectively, increase planning, horizon scanning. At the moment, train them up and all, train them to do. I mean, I'm asking the questions, but I've got an inkling on where this is going. But organization, the Senate Commission running otherwise. But out the road. But the thing is, when they say elected, and I mean, to me, yeah, that just means bullshit. Because there's so many ways that you actions and uh, the thing is as well, you gotta be an idiot to vote, especially with all stuff that's going on. And the authorities and those in parliament don't give two shits about the people who vote for them anyway. You know. So us who don't vote, I mean, we deliberately don't vote because we know not voting because yeah, I mean, like Nancy from YouTube and BitChutes, journalists and all that, last journalist, and she's pointed out me, how can you put an X on a bit of paper, or whatever, digital, be a change for you? All you're doing is allowing those have a they getting the money and all that because getting the money else, and you're giving them a career to keep lying to you. And we know a lot of them bought and paid off at so many different levels, not do things for the. So how can external for the public when you've got lobby groups that got way more money than the public, and as the old saying goes, money talks. They're not working for the public. lobby groups doing a lot of lobbying. Sure, we the public are screwed. To be honest, if you want a brutal opinion, what do you think is going to basically get Parliament to be servants of? Is it going to be us, but putting a simple X on a bit of paper? And every year, I mean, each one of us is, I mean, either through buying food, clothes, petrol, the thief tax, I mean, the council tax. We pay, we don't call it the thief tax because the thieves are asking for money. Because when you think about it, when you really think about, maybe we could do it video one. Council tax is basically a form of begging. Think about it. I mean, politicians and councils are actually beggars, and I think it's the Vanguard Act or something like that, or something like that. The vagabond, was it the vagabond bill? 20 years. It basically said begging is not allowed. If begging is not allowed, then why do we allow councillors, police, parliament, and many others to beg for money from us? Just saying. Because you got to put it into the context of if you were out there streets not begging, they would arrest us. So we got to flip it back the other way. If they allowed to beg and get this, then we should be allowed. None of this vagabond bullshit where people who are down on their luck can't ask for money. And that's what you do as well when you go and ask for employment. Technically, whole system is begging. Just saying. The applications, application and all that, and so an application through. Oh, that's begging. They're definitely right, and it may not be a threat through beating people up or anything, because I don't do that, as I'm defending myself. Um, but it's the knowledge I hold. Yeah, and I'm not showing, or and not even showing below the surface. This is why I got to laugh, right? This is why I got to laugh at this. You've got it as the Welsh Parliament, right? And they are basically put this as a title, Our Vision. To be honest, those in the Senate, those, I mean, the political lot, they just puppets. They're just figureheads. It's not their vision. They may be going along with those who brought this to the forefront in other conferences away from Welsh politics, and then the ideologies and all of that and so forth they get, then this passed into politics forced upon the public. Well, let's see. I mean, and this is God after this celebrating International Day of this, and I've seen a lot of police attack. And I mean, nice little basic, colorful, flow chart. This is. So we got this going on. It says serving the needs of the current Senate while future focusing on planning for a workforce and organizing readiness for an expanded Senate. Look at that. Serving the needs of the current Senate. And I mean, there's nothing about the public here. Purpose and mission of our organization. What do we do as an organization? Fair enough. This is about the corporation. I don't have to criticize that. And what we need our workforce to do. First things first, you need to know what agendas like that. And is the workforce really doing things that are not harmful towards life and public? Data and planning. Let's look here. There you go, that interesting word again. Our diversity inclusive strategy and our health and well strategy and people's diversity data sets. Interesting. Will that include biometric data mining? Review past 9. Says yeah, review our existing people strategy 2020, which provides a continuum of track and design develop value. Well, the health and well-being and everything and so forth is it's truly about helping people, but there wouldn't be this attack on the homeless and those who got mental. And if they really truly about something, then they would. But then again, if you're corrupt, then here we go. The digital capability and exploring and harnessing the benefit of as artificial intelligence alongside human intelligence. Uh-uh. They think that they can not be replaced by artificial intelligence. No. Oh my, who's gonna tell them? uh, you know, those we've seen thousands upon thousands of people replaced by machines, and replaced by artificial intelligence and more, and and they've actually, and as some of us know, they've got a more advanced version of AI, way more definitely governments. It would definitely uh, replace police and police and all of. Because it's like when I speak to people in the police, that, and a lot of them haven't. There's like one or two, but a lot of them haven't got a clue. They're getting replaced, permanently replaced. In other words, it's humanity going to the scrap heap. That type of placement. And you look around you, those that don't care that they're getting like around here. I feel like I'm yeah that people are going to be losing jobs to everything permanently. So the next generation will never ever work to earn a wage if they're allowed to live. That is. All right, let's see what else they got. Yeah, age. God, she reminds me of somebody. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at her over there. The one eye, God, what's this? The Freaky Friday thing. All four of them. Look at them. Look at all four of them. He looks like Fester from the Addams Family. I gotta be honest. Was she Twiggy from fucking Buck Rogers with that type of hairstyle and stuff? Fuck. But yeah, she does. You know what I mean? She does remind me of somebody. Hey, what's this evolving? I mean, it says an adaptive and future-focused workforce. We will continue to ensure that our workforce is aligned with the Dynamics Commission strategy and primary project. And then that will even be. The thing as well, it says optimize maximum and effectiveness. We will train and develop staff growth. I read that differently because of the agendas that are out there. I mean, when I said we will train and develop staff, growing our own, and because of the pod system agenda out there, that's way as something else. Well, and it says leveraging the benefits of technology and work across organizational boundaries to enhance our process productivity. But the trouble is, in to increase productivity, if I'm reading this correct, if they are going to be doing replacing him, what do you AI means to increase your productivity. Yeah, it says here a workforce culture where diversity is valued and inclusion. How's about the workforce? workforce should only be about who can do it. No matter if you black, white, whatever. As long as you can do it, that what it should be. And after the scamdemic, I think many would be agree. Actually, no. For them to say here, thrive a happy, healthy workforce. Maybe the establishment shouldn't be going on killing people. Just saying. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Fascinating. All that because we applied for the Pobble Z popped up. Oh yeah, this is off the Freemason website and all that. At Dr. James Griffith's Lodge, we're changing the way people connect and all that, and we believe that genuine bonds are built through shared experiences, meaningful conversations, and unwavering support. In today's digital era, we recognize the importance of fostering authentic connections and creating a sense of belonging. So, since throughout the years, I've created this world of the with the technocratic companies and computer companies out there, created all this fictional fantasy, internet and VR and stuff like that, and much more, creating a world where people have been running away from multiple levels of natural levels. Still, groups of people still connect with. Right, look at all that sort of thing. Still, time. Those people have lost compassion. I walk through Swansea, get a green. Look at Swan now, dead. I don't mean from a business point of view. I mean from a. I mean it's soulless. It's concrete jungle out here. Yeah, they. But when you sort of like want to forget some, going to be around animals and because yes, some ideas are but majority people more messiah housing. And we're back here as well. Yeah. What I gotta find funny is I didn't take this fifth one. Took it off the website, and it's funny that the picture they got up there is 55. 0055. Anyway. Look into the and oh, going into hold on, do you guys notice that? No 0, no 1. Look at that, guys. Yeah, people call that the Star of David. I'm starting to fade now. But there for now. But we'll do. If anybody thinks courtrooms and all of that and stuff are not the Freemasonic control, then they are. You can see at the top in purple that website up there. And so someone like myself that's being harassed by Masons and all that and so forth and everything. I mean, we can't walk into a court. That's the thing. The whole thing is lies and deceit and fraud. The thing is, they want the dead, the legal fiction that the government owns. That's who they talking to, not you or me. That's where the deception that. On that note, call it. We can get. As I said, we're just going through like a bit of pictures and stuff like that, but we did go on a bit of a tangent. We stayed on track as well a little bit, but even with the tangent, but yeah, that was fun. Just going through some pictures and all that, and that's on my computer. But it'd be nice if I had all my documents. I mean, I'll go through those for anyway. That note, bye for now.
independent, only to find out over time, sometimes by force. We are born to be a slave to the state, to never celebrate the British flag. Go fuck yourself, this is Britain. If you don't like the Brits, you know where to port yourself. You tell us all this whites about slavery while you're practicing it on us. Don't be hypocrites, you stupid cunts, 'cause we are supposed to be one race under God. We all are supposed to be God people, not just bending down to stupid royal family. I only believe in no masters above, no slave below. NPCs only get to like and dislike from what the government and television tells to do and go along with. If you don't like the Brits, you know where to port yourself. You tell us all this whites about slavery while you're practicing it on us. Don't be hypocrites, you stupid cunts, 'cause we are supposed to be one race under God. Complaining about us Brits, you ran from tyrants from your country to deal with torture and corruption. Look at yourself, bitches, stupid idiots. You don't have the right to complain about us. You are hiding our United Kingdom. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. Dance to your hypocrisy. If you don't like the Brits, you know where to port yourself. You tell us all this whites about slavery while you're practicing it on us. Don't be hypocrites, you stupid cunts, 'cause we are supposed to be one race under God. You don't like it here, don't let the door hit you on the way out, darling. Let out comfort and delicious hobnob biscuits, classic till death us do part.